An historic 8-goal victory for England last night as the Lionesses secured their place in the quarter-finals. But all starting 11 players and the 5 substitutes that came onto the pitch were all white, and that does point towards a lack of diversity.
It gets to the point where people, instead of having a normal conversation on the sporting abilities of these women, we revert to talking about diversity. What does diversity have to do with the ability of someone to win a competition?
We've gone from the rich diversity of the Abbey to a terribly white balcony. I'm very struck by that.
I'm tired of white people. No, I probably should not start a video like that, sorry. I'm so tired of the lack of diversity in soccer, specifically in women's soccer. Fox just announced the broadcast lineup for the 2023 Women's World Cup. You can literally count with one hand the people of color and diversity in this picture, graphic, whatever. 1 and 2 people. The rest are just white men and women. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure they're qualified. But I'm sure there are so many wonderful, qualified Asian, Black, Hispanic, Indian, like of all different races for the World Cup, which is all different nations. It's just like, it's disappointing. I'm Hispanic, and like there's not one Hispanic person on this broadcast lineup. And yes, I don't know really everyone's like race and ethnicity here, but like from what I can see, and it's just like, it's disappointing. So
why is the England women's team so white? Now I can already hear the comments saying why make such a positive win over the summer into something negative. Listen, I was one of their biggest supporters through the summer, but it is a very real problem, and there are some very clear reasons why this team looks so different diversity-wise compared to the England men's team. So
Welcome back, guys. So my name is Anthony Mukanya. I wasn't going to make this video, okay? I wasn't going to make this video, but I stumbled upon across it, and I just couldn't resist it, okay? I just had to respond. I just had to respond to this. As many of you know, so over the past, shall we say, 4 to 5 weeks or so, there was a Women's World Cup, and 2 teams made it all the way to the final. So there were Spain, the women's final for Spain, and we also had the UK, okay, the England, sorry, not the, my apologies, there were England, it was England playing in the final. Now, the issue here, so obviously, as it turns out, the final happened yesterday. The England lost, sadly, but what the reaction to this video is based on what happened prior, so a day before, and it comes from Sky News, okay? And Sky News basically was discussing the upcoming final, and you will see it in the clip, you know, you see it in the clip, and then please watch it next. I will just put the clip up next and watch it, and then I'll come back and give my 2 cents on this insane story, which, as I said to you, I believe is one of the wokest. It's insane. It is insane, and it infuriates, absolutely infuriates me when I hear ridiculousness like this on TV. Please take a look.
More full of cheer, hopefully come tomorrow. Are you guys going to be watching it? It's the final of the World Cup. I say the World Cup, I don't say the Women's World Cup, because it's the World Cup. Let's have a look. This fantastic cover on the Mirror. Lioness, we can. Do you think we can, Wilfred?
Well, I tell you what, actually, this is quite an interesting front cover. And I don't want to sort of pour boiling water on it, but it isn't that diverse. I mean, it really sticks out at you that, you know, they look sort of blonde, blue-eyed. And if it was the men's, World Cup, it would be very representative of the Britain that we're in, very, very diverse. So I'm going to be watching
the picture or the team or
the whole
women's
team,
sport, the women's sport in general?
The whole of it.
Why do you think?
I'm going to be watching it, and I'm going to be supporting it, and I don't want to be seen as pouring cold water on. But there is something we need to look at: is why is it?
What do you think it is?
I don't know, because if you could have the men's team, which is very, very diverse, why doesn't that translate into the women's team?
I mean, it's got to be about funding and media coverage, because, as we know, women's sport, and particularly football, has been so underfunded for many, many years. And if a sport is underfunded, then the reality is that many, many women who can and should compete and play professional football, including from diverse backgrounds, simply won't have the access or the opportunity to. And that has to be part of the reason why we see this, as you say, the jarring disparity in the diversity of the men's team. I look at these images and it's really in your face, the lack of representation. This is not a picture of Britain as I see it.
Britain today.
And it would have to be about funding, and I really hope...
But we hope it's about funding, you see, that's what...
The Spanish have really sorted themselves out, haven't they? Because they've really got to the root of it and thought, OK, it's the grassroots where we need to pour the money and look at how far they've come.
When we win tomorrow, what that should do would be a trigger that we really go out and get people from diverse backgrounds, because it's no good we're winning this and then, you know, a couple of years on, this is still the look.
But it should be a trigger. I mean, to get to the final, this should be a trigger. It should be already obvious that people love watching this sport. They love hearing the news about this sport. We don't see it, the marketing money, the sponsoring money, the advertising money pour into this game in anywhere near the stakes that it does with the men's game. So hopefully this in itself will be that necessary corrective, and that will funnel through to the grassroots, as you say.
Yeah. Let's look at the Sunday People, and let's have a look there, because it's also a picture that is not actually diverse. But Serena Wiegmann, her mentality and her approach to this has been quite revolutionary, hasn't it? Because I heard her say, I want to create an environment where people can be who they want to be and they can be their best. And I was talking to her former coach this evening, who was saying, we nurture the killer instinct. And when women have the killer instinct, it's a problem. When men have the killer instinct, we celebrate it. What do you think, Rachel, about that?
I mean, I think it's funny that, you know, some people have said, hey, do you want to go and manage the men's team? It's like... And she said, no, she's happy where she is. Yeah. But I think there's something very interesting there about how these traits or these characteristics are seen. They are very gendered and given negative weight when it comes to women. And so, you know, the killer instinct, or, you know, it comes in across other professions as well, where, you know, if you're a man, you're assertive. If you're a woman, you're bossy. You know, and so it would make sense that would also carry out into the playing field and the sports field as well.
So you've seen it. You heard it and seen it for yourselves, guys. I do not understand, for the life of me. I do not get how we got to this point, guys. Can someone please explain that to me? How did we get to this point? How did we do that? How did we get to the point where people, instead of having a normal conversation on the sporting abilities of these women, we revert to talking about diversity? What does diversity have to do with the ability of someone to win a competition? Can someone explain that to me? What does diversity... So is it... As you've seen it for yourselves there, number one, the England team is not able to win any... The England team is not able to win anything. It's not able to win. The men's team is not able to win anything. Well, does that mean that we should then what? We should then even if it's completely diverse, what does it mean? We stop the diversity because diversity doesn't work? What does this diversity nonsense have to do with your ability to play football? What does that have to do with anything, to sit there to tell people, no, but we think that they're too blonde? What does that have to do with anything? They've made it all the way to the final. Oh, no. I don't know. I don't understand. This is why this world is never going to improve, because there are people like these individuals that are on. So it's one of the worst sequence or that I've seen on TV for a very long. This is insane. This is insanity. I think, honestly, my friends, I think these people are creating problems that they don't. So I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't understand how a man like this guy who comes on TV, he's around these two ladies discussing now, and he's not able to actually articulate his position. Well, maybe he has. Maybe he did. I mean, for me, this is crazy. This is completely crazy. It doesn't make any point. He's not explaining anything. And why is it that this thing, when we talk about diversity, we only mean that, so what is it? So a team that is diverse, in my opinion, if you really want to talk about diversity, in my opinion, then you must take so basically in a country like the UK, you need to have all of these women. So because it is football, you need to have X number of, say, Asian, X number of, say, white, X number of, say, black, and so on and so forth. That's what you need. You need Muslims. You need this. You need it. What is the point of that? What is the point of that? It's something that I will never understand. I will never get. What is the point of that? Do you mean to tell me that men, that all that we have to offer as people is just the color of our skin, or what? And it infuriates me to see in a big how do you call it, in a mainstream media TV station, coming up with ridiculousness like that. We want to watch football. And by the way, you talking about money, that's the second thing, the second reason why I want to be here. I've already done a video, for example, with the women, where the women national team in the US, where they lied to people about the pay. These ladies sit there and they're like, no, but we need money poured in at grassroots level to get more what they call diverse group in there. And by diverse, they actually mean black, because I am pretty sure that in the money diversity, and maybe even including men who wants to play, for them that will be okay. It will be okay to have men play, because that is for them. For them, this is what diversity is. We live in a crazy world. It's insane. But anyways, so the reason you just can't hide it. You just can't hide it. Men have had years, over a century of development, grassroots, building fan base, and so on and so forth. You think you can recreate all of that in what? In how many years? So in a sense, I'm glad that you've lost. Because the reason why I'm saying it is because your priorities are not on what is happening on the field. You're worried about things that are happening outside of it. So you're not playing. Who cares? Just support them. Who cares? Then if you want to be able to do, if you want later on, you want to do them. To have the grassroots, then do that. But this is insanity. This is insanity. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. So anyway, I'm out. Let me know what you guys think. You know, is this normal? Is this normal? This type of thing where you hear, I don't even know what you're saying. This is just crazy. So anyway, please let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That would be a great help to me to make my video available to more and more people. Thank you.